Jisoo Kim fixed things. That's what she was good at. Her small hands moved quickly over the broken air filter as she sat in the narrow service tunnel of Horizon Space Station. At 20 years old, she knew the station better than most of the engineers who designed it. Jisoo, are you done yet? The Tyranny delegates are asking about the air system again. Her boss's voice crackled through her earpiece. Almost done, she answered, connecting the last wire. The filter hummed back to life. Jisoo gathered her tools and crawled through the tunnel toward the main hallway. Horizon was Earth's biggest space station, home to 5,000 humans, and now the first place where aliens lived among them. The Tyranny had arrived 6 months ago. Tall blue beings with 4 arms and glowing yellow eyes. They said they came in peace and wanted to trade technology. Jisoo didn't care much about aliens or politics. She fixed things, got paid, and sent money home to her father on Earth. That was her life. She kept her head down and did her job, just like her father taught her. As she stepped into the bright main hallway, 3 Tyranny walked past. They wore shiny black suits that seemed to move like water. They didn't even look at her. Why would they? She was just a repair worker in a dirty jumpsuit. "Excuse me," she said, trying to pass them to reach the maintenance door. The tallest Tyranny moved aside without looking at her. They kept talking in their strange clicking language, thinking she couldn't understand. But Jisoo had a secret. She understood every word they said. Since she was a child, Jisoo had a special gift for languages and patterns. When the Tyranny first arrived, she listened to them for hours while working in their rooms. Within weeks, she could understand their basic speech. Now, 6 months later, she was fluent. "The humans have no idea what's coming," the tall Tyranny said in clicks and whistles. "Their defense systems are so simple. The scout ships report Earth has rich resources," another replied. "Perfect for our needs." Jisoo kept her face blank as she passed them. Her heart beat faster, but she didn't show any reaction. She had learned long ago that being invisible had advantages. People said things around her they wouldn't say in front of others. That night, in her small room in the workers' section, Jisoo couldn't sleep. The Tyranny words kept playing in her mind. She got up and pulled out the small device she had been building from spare parts. It looked like a normal tablet, but she had modified it to pick up and translate Tyranny communications across the station. She turned it on and watched as alien messages flowed across the screen. Most were boring. Requests for food, complaints about human customs. Then she saw it. A message from a Tyranny ship approaching Earth. Forward base established on their moon. Defense mapping at 40% completion. Humans suspect nothing. Phase 2 begins in 3 months. Jisoo sat very still. She was just a repair worker. This wasn't her problem. She should ignore it and focus on her job. But something inside her couldn't let it go. If the Tyranny weren't the friendly visitors they claimed to be, someone needed to know. She saved the message and several others like it. Tomorrow she would find someone to tell. But who would believe a maintenance worker? Who would listen to the daughter of a janitor? Jisoo looked at her hands, calloused from years of fixing broken things. Maybe this time she needed to fix something bigger than a broken air filter. For now, she would keep playing along, keep being invisible, keep listening. But as she finally drifted to sleep, Jisoo knew her life had changed. The quiet girl who fixed things had found a broken world, and somehow she would have to find a way to fix it too. 3 weeks passed. Jisoo kept fixing things on the station during the day. At night, she listened to Tyranny messages on her device. The more she learned, the more worried she became. One morning, she was fixing a shower in the human officers section when a man in a dark uniform walked in. "Sorry," Jisoo said, standing up quickly. "I'll come back later." "No, stay," the man said. "I need to speak with you." He was young, maybe 25, with serious eyes and short black hair. His uniform had no name tag, but the patches showed he worked in station security. "I'm Todd 1," he said. head of special security. Jisoo nodded, her face blank. Inside, her mind raced. Why would security want to talk to her? You've been accessing tyranny communications, he said. It wasn't a question. Jisoo's mouth went dry. Am I in trouble? She asked. Taiwan looked at her for a long moment. No, I want to hire you. That night, Jisoo sat in a small room deep in the security section. Taiwan showed her screens with tyranny text. Our best translators can only understand parts of their language, he said. But you understand it all. How? Jisoo shrugged. I've always been good with patterns. I listen while I work in their rooms. They don't notice me. That's our advantage, Taiwan said. They don't see you. They don't think humans are smart enough to learn their language so quickly. He slid a tablet across the table. We'll pay you 3 times your current salary. Keep fixing things. Keep being invisible. But report everything you hear to me. Jisoo looked at the tablet. The tyranny aren't here for friendly trade. They're planning something. We know, Taiwan said. But we need to know exactly what. 2 months later, Jisoo had a new life. She still wore her dirty jumpsuit and fixed broken things, but now she carried secrets in her head worth more than gold. The tyranny still ignored her. Even when she worked right beside them, fixing their room systems, they talked freely. They never imagined the small human woman could understand them. Fleet Admiral Bomai arrives tomorrow, one tyranny said to another as Jisoo fixed a light panel. She will decide when the first wave begins. Good, the other replied. I'm tired of pretending to be friends with these humans. Jisoo kept her eyes on her work. That night, she told Taiwan everything. This confirms our fears, he said. They're planning an invasion, not a partnership. What can we do? Jisoo asked. Their technology is so much better than ours. Taiwan's face was grim. We learn from them all we can. We prepare. The next day, Jisoo was called to fix the communication system in the main meeting room. The tyranny were welcoming their fleet admiral. As she worked under the control panel, the room filled with important tyranny. Above her, just feet away, stood Admiral Bomai. She was taller than the others, with skin so dark blue it was almost black. How long until the humans discover our real purpose? Someone asked the admiral. It doesn't matter if they do, Bomai replied. By then, it will be too late. Their weapons cannot harm our ships. Their leaders are easily fooled with promises of advanced technology. Jisoo's hands trembled slightly as she connected wires. She forced herself to breathe normally. What about the other species in the collective? Another tyranny asked. When do they arrive? The Dahai will be here in 1 month, Bomai said. Their technology will map Earth's resources completely. Then we begin the real work. Jisoo finished the repair and slipped out of the room. No one noticed her go. In her pocket, her small device had recorded everything. That night, she played the recording for Taiwan. His face grew darker with each word. The collective, he said. There are more alien species coming. Jisoo nodded. And from what they said, the Dahai are even more advanced than the tyranny. For the first time, she saw fear in Taiwan's eyes. We need to learn everything we can, he said. And Jisoo, be careful, if they ever realize what you know. Jisoo thought of her father on Earth, of all the humans who had no idea what was coming. I'll be careful, she said. I'll keep playing along. The Dahai arrived on a ship that glowed green in the darkness of space. They looked nothing like the tyranny. The Dahai had scales instead of skin, with long tails and eyes that never blinked. They walked on 2 legs like humans, but their hands had 6 fingers each. Jisoo watched from a service corridor as they came aboard the station. 5 Dahai, all wearing what looked like armor made of flowing metal. 2 days later, she was sent to install new power lines to the room the Dahai used as their lab. As she worked, 3 Dahai set up machines that hummed with strange energy. This human technology is so primitive, one Dahai said in a hissing voice. Their computers are like children's toys. Jisoo kept her head down, running cables through the wall. The Dahai spoke a different language than the Tyranni, but after 2 weeks of listening, she was beginning to understand them too. How long until the quantum processors are ready? Another Dahai asked. 2 days. Then we can begin mapping their resource centers properly. Jisoo didn't understand what quantum processors were, but she memorized the words. That night, she told Taiwan everything she had heard. Quantum computing, Taiwan said, his face serious. Our scientists have been trying to develop it for years. The Dahai already have it working. What does it do? Jisoo asked. It solves problems in seconds that would take our best computers hundreds of years, he explained. If they have this technology, they're even more advanced than we feared. The next week, Jisoo was assigned to clean the lab where the Dahai worked. As the lowest-ranking maintenance worker, she got the jobs no one else wanted. The Dahai were known to be messy. As she cleaned, she watched the Dahai work. Their screens showed lines of code unlike anything she had seen before, strange symbols that seemed to move and change even as she looked at them. One Dahai, smaller than the others, noticed her staring. Curious, little human, he asked in broken English. Jisoo lowered her eyes. Sorry, sir, just cleaning. The Dahai made a sound like laughter. I am Seokmin. You are? Jisoo, she answered, surprised he would ask her name. You like machines, Jisoo? Seokmin asked. She nodded carefully. I fix things. Come, look, Seokmin said, waving her over to his screen. The other Dahai ignored them, thinking nothing of showing advanced technology to a simple cleaner. This is quantum code, Seokmin explained, pointing to the shifting symbols. It thinks in many ways at once. Your human computers think in one line only. 1, then 2, then 3. He moved his 6-fingered hand in a straight line. Quantum thinks all ways, all at once. He spread his fingers outward like an explosion. Jisoo stared at the screen, her mind racing to understand. The patterns were complex, but she could see something in them, a structure hidden beneath the chaos. Too hard for humans to understand, Seokmin said, patting her head like she was a pet. Maybe in 100 years, your people will begin to learn this. Jisoo nodded and went back to her cleaning. But her mind kept working on what she had seen. That night, she didn't go straight to Taiwan. Instead, she went to her small room and drew the patterns she had seen on pieces of paper. She worked for hours, trying to understand the logic behind the quantum code. Something about it made sense to her, in ways she couldn't explain. The way the symbols related to each other followed patterns her mind could grasp. When she finally went to Taiwan, she brought her drawings. I saw their quantum code today, she said. I think I can understand parts of it. Taiwan looked skeptical. Jisoo, our best scientists have been trying to develop quantum computing for decades. She spread her drawings on the table. The Dahai think humans are too simple to understand it. They showed me because they think I'm just a cleaner. But there's a pattern to it, and I can see it. Taiwan studied her drawings. What are you saying? Jisoo took a deep breath. I need access to our computer labs. I think I can build something that works like their quantum processor. Not as good, but enough to understand their technology better. That's impossible, Taiwan said. Jisoo looked him straight in the eyes. Let me try. 3 weeks later, Jisoo sat in a small, hidden lab deep in the human section of the station. Her eyes were red from lack of sleep. Parts of computers lay scattered around her. In the center of the table sat a small device with glowing blue lights. The door opened and Taiwan walked in, looking tired. Any progress? He asked. Jisoo nodded. Watch this. She typed a command into a regular computer. The screen showed a problem that would take years to solve. She connected her device to the computer. The blue lights pulsed faster. 5 seconds later, the answer appeared on the screen. Taiwan's eyes widened. You actually did it. You built a quantum processor. It's very basic, Jisoo said. The Dahai would laugh at it, but it works on the same principles as theirs. How did you figure it out? Ta-One asked, staring at the small device in wonder. Jisoo shrugged. I saw the patterns in their code. I tested ideas until something worked. Our best scientists couldn't do this, Ta-One said. Your scientists haven't spent weeks watching the Dahai work, Jisoo replied. And the Dahai don't try to hide things from me. They think I'm too simple to understand. Ta-One sat down heavily. We need to show this to Earth Command. The next day, 5 serious-looking officers from Earth met in the secret lab. They watched as Jisoo demonstrated her quantum device. Impossible, said one gray-haired man. She must have stolen this technology. I built it, Jisoo said firmly. And I can build more. Better ones. Another officer, a woman named General Sun, studied Jisoo carefully. Why should we believe a maintenance worker could understand technology our best minds can't grasp? Jisoo looked the general in the eye. Because the aliens don't see me as a threat. They talk freely around me. They even show me things because they think I'm too stupid to understand. And that's our advantage, Ta-One added. While they look down on humans, Jisoo has been learning their secrets. After much argument, General Sun made a decision. Jisoo will lead a new team. She'll continue her cover as a maintenance worker, but she'll also work with our scientists to develop this technology. 2 months passed. Jisoo lived 2 separate lives. During the day, she fixed things around the station, listening to the aliens' conversations. At night, she worked with a small team of human scientists, teaching them what she had learned about quantum computing. The Dahai and Tyranny continued to expand their presence on the station. They brought more advanced technology, which they claimed was to help humans. One day, Jisoo was fixing a water pipe near the Dahai lab when she overheard a conversation between Seokmin and a Tyranny officer. The integration is proceeding well, the Tyranny said. The humans are becoming dependent on our technology. As planned, Seokmin replied. Soon, they won't be able to function without us. Every system on Earth will be connected to our network. And they suspect nothing, the Tyranny asked. They're grateful for our help, Seokmin laughed. By the time Phase 3 begins, it will be too late for them to resist. Jisoo kept working on the pipe, her face blank. That night, she called an emergency meeting with Ta-One and General Sun. They're connecting all our systems to their network, she explained. Once that happens, they'll control everything. Power, water, communications. How long do we have? General Sun asked. Maybe 6 months before it's complete, Jisoo said. We need to build our own systems, separate from theirs, systems they don't know about. Can we do that without them noticing? Ta-One asked. Jisoo nodded slowly. Yes, but we'll need to be clever. We'll have to create technology that looks like theirs on the outside, but works differently on the inside. And you can do this? General Sun asked. Jisoo thought of the quantum processor she had built, of all she had learned by watching the aliens who thought she was too simple to understand. Yes, she said. I can do it. But I'll need help. A lot of help. You'll have it, General Sun promised. Whatever you need. And so, as the aliens continued their plans to control Earth, a silent resistance began. Led by a quiet maintenance worker who saw patterns where others saw only chaos. 4 months passed. Jisoo barely slept anymore. Her days were filled with repair work and spying. Her nights were spent building new technology with her team of scientists. The collective had brought more aliens to the station. Besides the blue Tyranny and the scaled Dahai, there were now the cloud-like Mach who floated instead of walked, and the tiny Vin who were only as tall as Jisoo's knee, but had brains twice the size of humans. One morning, Jisoo was called to the main meeting room. Admiral Bomi of the Tyranny and several other high-ranking aliens waited there. Ta-One stood in the corner, his face tight with worry. Ji-Soo Kim, Admiral Bomei said. Your work has been noticed. Ji-Soo's heart stopped. Had they discovered her secret work? Did they know about the resistance? You are very skilled at fixing our systems, Bomei continued. And Sok-min tells me you show unusual understanding for a human. Ji-Soo kept her face blank. Thank you, Admiral. I just do my job. We have decided to offer you a great honor, Bomei said. You will be the first human to receive our bioenhancements. Ji-Soo didn't understand. Bioenhancements. Avin stepped forward. Despite being so small, his voice was deep and clear. I am Dr. Harim. The enhancements are a gift to help humans better understand our technology. We will modify your brain to work more like ours. Taiwan spoke up quickly. This is a great honor, Ji-Soo. Only the most promising humans will receive this gift. His eyes told her a different story. Be careful. When would this happen? Ji-Soo asked, trying to keep her voice steady. Tomorrow, Hiram said. The procedure is simple. You will sleep, and when you wake, your mind will be improved. I am honored, Ji-Soo said, bowing her head to hide her fear. Thank you for this opportunity. That night, Ji-Soo met with Taiwan and General Sun in the secret lab. Her quantum devices had grown more advanced. Now they could intercept and decode collective transmissions without being detected. We've scanned their files, General Sun said. These bioenhancements aren't what they claim. They're control devices. They would change your brain chemistry to make you loyal to the collective. They want to turn you into their puppet, Taiwan added, his fists clenched. Ji-Soo paced the small room. Why me? Why now? You're too good at your job, General Sun said. They've noticed how quickly you learn their systems. You've become valuable enough to control. I can't refuse without making them suspicious, Ji-Soo said. And we can't let them put that technology in your brain, Taiwan replied. His voice was different when he looked at her now. Softer. Ji-Soo stopped pacing and looked at her quantum devices. An idea formed in her mind. What if I let them do the procedure, but we trick them? She said. How? General Sun asked. I've been studying their biotechnology, Ji-Soo explained. I think I can build a device that will make it look like their enhancement is working, when it's really not. Taiwan shook his head. It's too dangerous. If they find out, they'll kill me, Ji-Soo finished. I know, but this might be our best chance to learn about their control technology. There was silence in the room. There's another problem, General Sun said finally. We've intercepted new orders from the collective homeworlds. They're accelerating their timeline. Phase 3 starts in 2 weeks, not 6 months like we thought. What's Phase 3? Taiwan asked. General Sun's face was grim. The complete takeover of Earth's infrastructure. Once it's done, they'll control everything. Water, power, food distribution. Humanity will be at their mercy. Ji-Soo looked at her quantum devices, at the plans for human-made systems that weren't ready yet. They needed more time. Then I have no choice, she said quietly. I have to go through with this procedure. It's our only chance to buy more time. Taiwan stepped closer to her. Ji-Soo. She cut him off. I've been playing along all this time. I can keep playing along a little longer. But as she said it, Ji-Soo knew that tomorrow would change everything. Either she would trick the aliens who thought humans were simple, or she would become their mindless servant. The game was becoming more dangerous, and she was running out of time. Ji-Soo lay on a cold metal table in the Vin medical lab. Dr. Harim stood on a raised platform so he could reach her. Several Tyranni and Dahai watched from behind a glass wall. Are you ready? Harim asked. Ji-Soo nodded, her mouth dry with fear. Last night, she had injected herself with a special formula her team had created. It would make her brain scan look normal to the aliens while blocking their control technology. At least, that's what they hoped. You will sleep now, Harim said, placing a small disc on her forehead. The world went black. Jisoo dreamed of stars and strange patterns. She felt something pushing at her mind, trying to get in. She pushed back. When she opened her eyes, Dr. Harim was staring at her with his large eyes. Behind the glass, the Tyranny and Daha leaned forward. "How do you feel?" Harim asked. Jisoo blinked slowly. She felt the same, but knew she must act different. She remembered what Ta-1 had told her about how the controlled humans behaved. "I feel clear," she said in a flat voice. "I understand now." Harim looked pleased. "What do you understand?" "The collective is wise," Jisoo said. "Humans need guidance." The words felt like poison in her mouth, but she kept her face calm. Inside, she was relieved. The formula had worked. She was still herself. "Excellent," Harim said. "You are the first successful human enhancement. Others will follow." Over the next week, Jisoo played her new role. She acted calm and obedient. When the aliens gave her orders, she followed them without question. They began to trust her with more important work, allowing her to access their main systems. At night, she secretly met with Ta-1 and her team. "They're letting me into their central network hub," she told them. "They think I'm under their control." "That's our chance," General Sun said. "If you can place our device in their hub, we can monitor all their communications and send false data back to them." Ta-1 added. "We can make them think their plan is working while we build our separate systems." Jisoo nodded. "I'll do it tomorrow." Ta-1 caught her arm as she turned to leave. "Jisoo, you've been acting strangely. Are you sure the enhancement didn't affect you?" She looked at him, allowing her mask to drop for a moment. "I'm still me, but it's hard, pretending all day. Sometimes I almost believe the things I have to say." "Just hold on a little longer," he said, his hand warm on hers. The next day, Jisoo was working in the collective's network hub. Sok-min watched her from across the room. "You work well now," he said. "Enhancement has improved you." "Yes," Jisoo agreed in her flat voice. "I see clearly now." While Sok-min turned to check another system, Jisoo quickly placed a small device behind the main control panel. It looked like part of the alien technology, but contained one of her quantum processors. That night, her team received their first complete look at the collective's network. Thousands of connections spread across the station and down to Earth, like a giant web. "Look at this," Ta-1 said, pointing to a screen. "They've already connected to power systems in major cities, water treatment plants, communication networks. Phase 3 is already starting," General Sun said grimly. "But now we can see what they're doing," Jisoo replied. "And we can start pushing back." Over the next few days, Jisoo's hidden device began its work. It sent small commands through the collective network, creating delays in their systems, corrupting data in ways that seemed like normal errors. At the same time, her team began building Earth's secret network. Using the quantum technology Jisoo had developed, they created systems that could operate independently from the collective's control. "It's like building a second internet," she explained to Ta-1. "One they can't see or control." "How long until it's ready?" he asked. 2 weeks, maybe 3, she said. "We're working as fast as we can." But time was running out. More humans were being selected for enhancement every day. Soon, the collective would have hundreds of controlled humans working for them. Jisoo knew they needed something bigger than delays and corrupted data. They needed to show the collective that humans wouldn't be easily conquered. As she walked back to her quarters that night, pretending to be an obedient, enhanced human, a new and dangerous idea began to form in her mind. A month had passed since Jisoo's fake enhancement. The collective now fully trusted her. They gave her access to their most secret projects because they believed she was under their control. One morning, Admiral Bo-mi called Jisoo to a special meeting. "Jisoo, you have proven your value," Bo-mi said. "Today you will join our most important project." Jisoo followed the Admiral to a section of the station she had never seen before. Inside a large room stood a strange machine. It looked like a silver tree with glowing blue fruits. Energy pulsed through it in waves. A Daha scientist named Junho greeted them. "This is the human," he asked, looking at Jisoo with doubt. "She is enhanced and highly skilled," Bomi said. "She will help prepare the device for Earth installation." Junho nodded. "Very well. Jisoo, this is a stellar manipulator. Do you understand what that means?" Jisoo kept her face blank, hiding her shock. "No, sir. Please explain." "It connects to a star, like your sun, and draws power directly from it," Junho said. "One device can power an entire planet." Jisoo pretended to process this with her enhanced mind. "Efficient. How does it work?" For the next hour, Junho explained the technology. Jisoo listened carefully, her mind racing to understand. This was far beyond anything she had seen before. "We will install 5 of these around your sun," Junho said. "Earth will have unlimited power." "When?" Jisoo asked. 2 weeks, Bomi said. "The ships are already on their way." That night, Jisoo met urgently with Taiwan and General Sun in their secret lab. "It's not just a power source," Jisoo explained, drawing the device on a board. From what Junho explained, it can also control the sun's output. "Control it how?" General Sun asked. "Increase it, decrease it, direct it," Jisoo said. "If they install these devices, they could make Earth too hot to live on, or too cold. They could threaten to burn specific areas with solar flares." "A weapon," Taiwan said quietly. "The ultimate weapon," Jisoo agreed. "No one can live without the sun." General Sun's face was grim. "So this is their real plan. Not just to control our systems, but to control our sun itself." "Can we stop the ships?" Taiwan asked. "They're too powerful," General Sun said. "Our weapons wouldn't even scratch them." Jisoo stared at her drawing of the stellar manipulator. Something about its design seemed familiar. It used principles similar to her quantum processors, but on a much larger scale. "I think I understand how it works," she said slowly. "The quantum field interacts with the star's natural energy in ways that can be controlled." "Can you build something to disrupt it?" General Sun asked. Jisoo thought for a long moment. "Not exactly. But I might be able to build something that connects to these devices and lets us control them instead of the collective." "How long would that take?" Taiwan asked. 2 weeks, maybe less," Jisoo said. "I'll need all our resources, and I'll need to steal parts from the collective." "That's too dangerous," Taiwan argued. "If they catch you. If we don't do this, Earth becomes their slave planet forever," Jisoo cut in. "They'll control our sun, our power, our lives." General Sun made the decision. "Do it, Jisoo. Whatever you need, you'll have it." For the next 2 weeks, Jisoo worked day and night. During the day, she helped the collective prepare their stellar manipulators, learning everything about them. At night, she built her own device, one that could take control of the alien technology. As the collective ships carrying the stellar manipulators approached Earth, Jisoo finished her work. The device looked simple, a small silver box with a glowing blue center. But inside was the most complex technology humans had ever created. "Will it work?" Taiwan asked as they prepared for the final phase of their plan. Jisoo looked at the device that might save Earth or doom it. "I don't know, but we're out of options." "And if it does work?" General Sun asked. "What then?" Jisoo thought about everything the collective had done, their plans to control humanity, their belief that humans were simple creatures to be managed. "Then we show them that humans aren't as weak as they think," she said. "We show them we can play their game and win." The day arrived. 5 collective ships moved into position around Earth's sun. Jisoo stood in the control room with Admiral Bomi, Junho, and other high-ranking aliens. Large screens showed the ships deploying the stellar manipulators. A historic day, Bomi announced. Earth joins the collective fully. Jisoo nodded, her face showing nothing. Inside, her heart pounded. Hidden in her pocket was a small controller linked to her device. Stellar manipulators are in position, a Tyranny officer reported. Beginning activation sequence. On the screens, the 5 devices unfolded like metal flowers, each pointing toward the sun. Energy began to flow between them, creating a web of blue light. Energy capture at 10%, Junho said. Everything is working perfectly. When will Earth receive power? Jisoo asked in her flat, enhanced voice. Within 6 hours, Junho replied. The network must stabilize first. Bomi turned to Jisoo. You have done well helping prepare this gift for your world. Thank you, Admiral, Jisoo said. May I check the Earth receivers? They must be ready when power begins flowing. Yes, go, Bomi said, already turning back to the screens. Jisoo left the control room and hurried to a small maintenance area. Taiwan waited for her there, hidden from security cameras. They've activated the manipulators, she told him. We have 6 hours before they connect to Earth's power grid. Our team is ready, Taiwan said. General Sun has positioned our people at key locations. The secret network is operational. Jisoo took a deep breath and pulled out her controller. When I activate my device, it will attempt to override their control of the stellar manipulators. If it works, we'll control them instead. And if it doesn't work? Taiwan asked quietly. Then we've lost, Jisoo admitted. The collective will control our sun, and Earth will be at their mercy forever. Taiwan took her hand. Jisoo, before you do this, I need to tell you something. She looked up at him, surprised by the emotion in his voice. I've watched you grow from a maintenance worker to the person who might save our world, he said. You're the most remarkable human I've ever known. Jisoo felt warmth spread through her chest. For a moment, she wasn't a spy or a genius engineer. She was just a woman looking into the eyes of a man who cared for her. Taiwan. An alarm blared through the station. Red lights flashed in the corridor. Attention, all personnel, a voice announced. Security BRHH in Section 12. All enhanced humans REPORTF4 SCANNIing. Jisoo's blood went cold. They know. Someone must have discovered our plan. Taiwan's face hardened. We have to move now. Jisoo nodded and pressed the activation button on her controller. Nothing visible happened, but somewhere deep in the station, her device connected to the collective network and began its work. Let's go, she said. We need to get to the backup control room before they find us. They ran through maintenance tunnels, avoiding the main corridors where security would be searching. As they reached the human section, they found General Sun waiting with a small team of soldiers. They're scanning all enhanced humans, General Sun reported. They know something's wrong. My device is working, Jisoo said, but I need to reach a terminal connected to their main network to see if it's successful. They hurried to the backup control room. Jisoo connected her controller to the terminal and watched as data flowed across the screen. It's working, she whispered. My device is taking control of the stellar manipulators, slowly, one by one. Suddenly, the door burst open. Admiral Bomi stood there with Sokmin and several armed Tyranny guards. Jisoo Kim, Bomi said, her voice cold with rage. You are not enhanced. You tricked us. Jisoo stood up straight, no longer pretending to be the obedient, simple worker. For the first time, she looked the Admiral directly in the eyes. Yes, Jisoo said. I played along. I fixed your systems. I nodded when you called humans primitive. I smiled when you patted my head like a pet. But I was never your servant. Bomi's blue skin darkened with anger. You cannot hope to understand our technology, much less control it. Jisoo smiled, a real smile that showed all the confidence she had hidden for so long. Then why? she asked. Are your stellar manipulators now under my control? Admiral Bomei stared at the screens, showing the stellar manipulators. The blue energy flowing between them had changed to green. The collective's control codes no longer worked. Impossible, Sok Min whispered. No human could understand this technology. You always underestimated us, Jisoo said. That was your mistake. Bomei signaled to the guards. Take her. We'll find a way to reverse this. Taiwan and General Sun's soldiers raised their weapons. For a moment, everyone stood frozen. You don't understand your situation, Jisoo said calmly. Look at your systems. On all the screens, collective technology across Earth, and the station began to shut down. Lights flickered. Doors opened and closed on their own. What have you done? Bomei demanded. Your technology contained hidden controls, Jisoo explained. Just as you planned to control us, I found a way to control your systems. Right now, your ships cannot fire weapons. Your communications are cut off from your homeworlds. This is an act of war, Bomei said, her voice shaking with rage. Jisoo shook her head. No, this is a negotiation. For the first time, we're talking as equals. She pressed a button on her controller. A large screen showed Earth's leaders gathered in a secure room. They could see and hear everything happening on the station. The people of Earth are listening, Jisoo said. This is what will happen now. The collective will remove all control devices from enhanced humans. You will share your technology openly, not as a way to make us dependent, but as true partners. Or what? Bomei asked. Or we will use the stellar manipulators to defend ourselves, Jisoo replied. You taught us how they work. Now we can use them to protect Earth. Sok Min stepped forward. You would destroy your own sun. Jisoo smiled. No, I modified your design. These manipulators can now create a quantum field around Earth. No collective ship could enter that field without our permission. The aliens looked at each other. For the first time, they seemed uncertain. You are offering a partnership, Bomei asked finally. A real one, Jisoo said. Not the fake one you planned. Humans have much to learn from the collective. But you have things to learn from us too. Our creativity. Our ability to see patterns where others see chaos. She gestured to her controller. This device shouldn't exist by your understanding. But here it is, controlling technology you thought was beyond us. The Earth leaders spoke among themselves on the screen. Then General Sun stepped forward. Admiral Bomei, the people of Earth are willing to join the collective as equal partners, not as subjects. Long seconds passed as Bomei considered. Finally, she nodded once. I must consult with the collective council, she said, but I believe they will agree to your terms. As the aliens left to contact their leaders, Taiwan came to stand beside Jisoo. You did it, he said softly. You saved Earth. Jisoo looked at the screens showing the stellar manipulators she now controlled. With them, she could destroy worlds or create unlimited energy for humanity. She had become like a god, with power over the sun itself. Not just me, she said. All of us worked together. But you saw the pattern when no one else could, Taiwan said. You understood their technology when our best scientists couldn't. Jisoo thought about her journey from a simple maintenance worker to this moment. She had fixed broken pipes and circuit boards all her life. Now she had fixed the broken relationship between Earth and the collective. What now? Taiwan asked, taking her hand. Jisoo looked at the stellar manipulators glowing green around the sun. With this technology, humans could explore the stars. They could build a future beyond anything they had imagined. Now we build something new, she said. Something better than what the collective planned. Something that neither of us could create alone. As day broke over Earth, people looked up at the sky. They couldn't see the stellar manipulators or know how close they had come to losing their freedom. They didn't know about the quiet girl who had saved them all. But Jisoo didn't need recognition. She had played along with the collective's plans, pretending to be simple when she was complex, weak when she was strong. Now humanity would take its place among the stars as equals, not servants. The girl who fixed things had fixed the future itself.